Oh, well, there you are again, friends and family. You snuck up from behind. But as always, we're so glad to see you. And as you can see, we're outdoors again on May the 20th, Friday, 2022. And we're going to do a little bit of gardening. Not a lot. Let me show you what's going on and what we're doing and how we're doing it. May not be the best. This is how I'm doing it, okay? So many of you will know that up here on the knoll, on the north side, well, northeast side of the property, is what I refer to as the old clothesline pole planting area. Yeah, I like to plant in areas in different places on the property. That way I can sort of take a stroll as I'm checking on them, harvesting, working on them, and what have you. Yeah, I used to have big garden plots, and once you dropped off in them, it might not be seen for a few hours. You know what I mean? Maybe all day. But here, as I got older, I like to space them out a little bit, smaller plantings. And that's what we have here. Of course, you can see in the background the lovely yellow flowers up on their 16, anywhere from foot to 16-inch stalks, gracing us with their beauty. And it is partly sunny today or partly cloudy, however your mood would refer to it. But let me show you what we got going on. So we ain't using no high-priced, high-polluting tools. We got a couple of trials there. Fiskars plastic, an old metal one that I use with that hammer there when the ground's a little stubborn. I got one of these little hand cultivators. You know, you'll always see me with a pair of scissors, mostly in my pocket. And then I got my big cultivator and hand hoe up here. I don't know where I got this thing, but it sure has come in handy over the years. And that's what I'm using right now to break up this ground. Yep, just like that. And then I'm pulling out roots that I might find, big stones, grass I don't want, stuff of that nature, you know. And I've been chopping and hand sifting this dirt to get most of the roots and other things, like I say, that I don't want, grass and that, out of it. So right here between these here two T-posts I already have, I'm going to be setting one of the celebrity tomato plants I got. Yes, I am. And then I'm going to come around here and I'm going to set two more. 1, 2 on this side. And then right here, I'm going to set the 4th. Now you might wonder, here on the north side, what am I going to be planting? Am I just going to leave it vacant? Well, most of you know me better than that. We'll be putting in some of our rattlesnake and Kentucky Wonder pole beans right here. Our special hybrid that crossed right here at Deep South Bama that we're trying to see if we can get it to stabilize. Yeah, maybe one day. Way out there, maybe I'm still here, maybe not, you'll be able to buy seed from a rattlesnake Kentucky Wonder cross, not sure what we'll name it, that was developed right here in deep south of Alabama. Yeah, won't that be amazing if we can pull it off? So that's what we're up to today. Now I also use that 4-tine hand fork to help break this ground back up. It ain't that it's real hard, because we planted here many a seasons. Oh yeah. You've watched it right here on YouTube. 2018, 2019. Oh, I'm not sure if we did it in 2020. I'm thinking we did, but I don't think we did in 2021. In fact, I'm pretty sure I didn't plant nothing here. Last year I just planted along in the south side garden bed. So we skipped a year. It went fallow. And, you know, some of our centipede grass, that's what that is out there. Centipede and St. Augustine mixed. Mostly centipede. It will overtake an area. You know, because it runs and propagates on runners. And with the ample rainfall and fertilization, it'll flat truck on. And so it has tried to take back this place. And you can see right there. And you can see the year and how well these did, the Bonnie green bell peppers. They were planted right on this side, 2 of them. I think that was 2020 and maybe it was 2019. So that's what we're doing. We got out our hand cultivator and we're just gonna come in here and break that up. And you can see it don't take much. People say, well, Mr. Tom, I'll just get my tiller out and that wouldn't take a minute. Yep, sure wouldn't. And I got a tiller in the shop, a front tine, perfectly fine. And I got a big rear tine that you may have seen in the cow. But we're leaving the big tools alone. We're doing it the way they did back long ago. And I don't know why, but in these past few years, you know, I got the equipment. I could chew this up in 5-10 minutes. And you ask them why, I don't. It's just been something over the last 5 years. Every year gnawing on me. And questions come up, and I actually talk about this with friends on the phone from time to time. You see all this equipment that home gardeners have. Tillers, all the fine irrigation, fine soil mixes for garden pots, you name it. All kinds of minerals and additives, organic and non-organic fertilizers. And the question comes to mind, how did the forefathers of my family do it? How did they survive? It seems to be a real important question nowadays, isn't it? Now I know some people will already be saying or comment, well, Mr. Tom, they say don't disturb your dirt. No till's the way to go. Well, maybe so. And I could have, and I have. But I do know this, and I'm not doing it that deep. You can see right there, those tines are what, 4 inches max? Yeah, it ain't like I'm going down 12, 14, 16, 20 inches like big old plows that I've also owned do and flip over the soil. Yep. There's something else I know. Noise and vibration and such matters. I have seen this. Yeah, they give a little bit of warning to those things called earthworms and other things that are in the soil. Like, I don't know if you see them there. You got a little roly-poly right there. You got another one coming up right there, checking things out. Now, what do roly-polies eat? Well, decaying organic matter, but they will also eat tender young seedlings. You know, if your seedlings come up and all of a sudden they're missing leaves and there's nothing but, you know, the stem left, hey, these little fellows here can do it to them. And so can slugs, by the way. Yeah, roly-polies are cool, but hungry roly-polies can be a detriment too. You can look all that up. So you know, old Mr. Tom just ain't joshing you. So we're going to continue. to get up the roots and the grass we don't want here. We won't get it all, and we will be laying cardboard down. Currently, we've got limited supply. Mainly because I don't order much anymore, except exactly what I have to have. And most of the time, that's just for the Kitty Krew. I pretty much got whatever I need. So there you got it. Now we're going to go ahead and get this planted out and everything. We're not going to bore you with all that. Chopping up dirt, digging holes, mending holes. You know, I got some of my own compost right here in the bottom of this bucket. Nope, that's mine. I made it. I showed you how I do it. Now, down in the wheelbarrow. Here in the wheelbarrow we got a few things we may or may not use today. And of course we got our celebrity tomato plants looking fine there. 5 of them left. One's in the south side garden bed. Yep. And we do got a little old box of Miracle Grow. And this is for acid loading plants. My pH is currently too high for what I want. I explained that in the previous gardening video when we started. I got my tried and true Alaska fish fertilizer right there, 511, and that's what we'll be using to water these tomato plants in today. Yep, surely we will. And I do got some what people would refer to as synthetic fertilizer right there, high yield garden fertilizer. Oh no, Mr. Tom, that ain't organic. Well, I've explained. I'm as organic as I can be. I'm not a purist. Never have been. But I use synthetic fertilizer sparingly. And water-soluble fertilizer, which is what Miracle Grow is, sparingly as well. Part of the problem with synthetics is people have overused them in years past. And they've created all kinds of problems. But something I want to talk about right now when we talk about synthetic fertilizers is phosphorus synthetic. You know, there's 3 letters to concern yourself with all fertilizers, organic or synthetic. NPK. Nitrogen, phosphorus, and potash or potash. Is phosphorus synthetic? No, I would say no. It's a mined. It's mined. Yeah, you can look that up. Potash. Is that synthetic? Normally not. No. In fact, if you want organic potash, remember that burn pile? It produced some organic potash as well as charcoal, which could be inoculated and made into biochar. And nitrogen, see, you know, being a process engineer, you know, at times process engineer for chemicals and other processes, you know, where does nitrogen come from? 99.9% of it nowadays? Well, it's derived from natural, understand that, natural gas. And what is natural gas? Methane. Yep. Yeah. Natural. Yeah, now there's chemicals and all kinds of stuff, heat and pressures go on, you know, during the process to make nitrogen fertilizer. Granted. But hey, here's how I am. Freedom of choice. If you want to be solely organic, good for you. You do you. I'll do me. I'll be as organic as I can when I can. And you might say, well, you always can. Yeah, well, I'm going to use what I got. And that. And you might think this is Miracle Grow raised bed soil. Well, once upon a time, years ago, it was. But if you look on in there, you can see wood, leaf, mold, my compost. Oh, you can see acorn caps. You see? That's my compost. Right there. Not Miracle Grow's. Anyway. Will I use the high yield today? Or the Miracle Grow? Probably not. Will I use the fish? Yes, sir. Been using that fish ever since I stumbled along with my daddy on it. Woo! Way back in the mid-70s. Ain't failed me yet. But, woo! It does have a smell. But when I was commercially growing, my wife would complain when I came in the house. She said, "You stink." I'd look at her and I'd say, "Baby, that's the smell of money." And I'd laugh. Yeah. As I went straight to the shower, I might add. So that's what we're up to. We'll come back when we got it all in place. Okay? Well, it's later now in the afternoon. Last time we spoke, it was, I think, around 11. Now, it's around 4. And it's looking a little bit darker than normal. And as you saw, we were getting ready to do some planting. Yep. Some of them celebrity tomatoes. Yep. And that's exactly what we did. Or that's exactly what we started on. But we couldn't finish. No. Mother Nature stepped in and gave us some of that much needed rainfall. In one of those typical deep south pop-up thunderstorm. And it popped up all right in its fullest fury. Yeah, I barely got my tomato plant that I was currently planting stuck in the ground, and threw everything in the wheelbarrow and made a run for the compost. Yep, I was getting rather moist at the time. So it's passed us by for now. So I'm out here taking a look, see how things fared. And we'll show you how far we got today. Okay? Hey, Spooky. Who's that out there? Is that Cleo? Or is that Speedy? Speedy? Or is that Cleo? Is that Cleo? That looks too big for Speedy. Oh, that's about all we need is one more. I'm thinking, that might be my little Speedy. Speedy! Speedy! Oh, that's why you're looking a little bigger than normal, huh, Speedy? Y'all moist. Yep. Were you out playing in the rain? Look at you. You a mess. Yep. Yep, that was Speedy. And you can tell it rained extremely hard, and the wind got up there. Not sure how much of a gust, but it was gusty. We were out in the carport, and the rain was blowing right through. Surely it was. But you can see, even though it only rained and stormed for 30 minutes, maybe 45, it started washing off the shop roof. That's a good thing. Didn't get it all. Cleo, we see you're making an appearance. Of course, it is getting close to food time. Anyway, I got sidetracked by the kitties. And it don't take much to sidetrack the old man these days. Especially my 3 panthers here. Cleo, Spooky, and the princess Speedy. Didn't recognize her there. All soaked. But you know, kids will be kids. And they will play out in the rain. Oh, there you go. There's something you don't see all every day. Look at that. You know what that is? That's mistletoe. Of course, it's the wrong time of the year, but that is exactly what that is. I'll do something with it. Not sure what yet. That's special. Sort of like a sign. You know, like the song. Signs, signs, everywhere sign. Yeah. Some people believe in them, some people don't. But I'll keep it. Take a look at doing something with it here in a bit. You just don't see it every day. But that sort of shows you how strong the wind was. There for, you know, a few minutes. It wasn't like we were in any fear of getting wiped off the face of the earth. Whew, but we went from 89 to in the 70s. And I felt it change just like that. But it looks like everything that we did get in before the storm came looks okay. Yep. That's the first one we planted. It's looking fine. A little bit beat over by the rain, but it'll be fine. Shouldn't be a problem. In fact, they all look good. There's one there. This was a Tuesday right here. And I tried to separate them, but they weren't cooperating. Nope, so I just decided I'd put a little bit of space in between the two main stalks and stick them in the ground. Done it before. It'll be just fine. And the same with these two here. They were a Tuesday, but I just couldn't quite tease them apart. And that happens when they get a little bit older, and what you're seeing above the ground isn't what the plant was. There's about 10 inches of plant down below the ground. And I was going to put my beans over here, but the more I looked at the way the sun was laying out, I decided I'd go with tomatoes over here. And Spooky advised me to go with tomatoes over here. There's two more right there, another Tuesday. And we got a onesie left that's going to be going right about here. So right here around the old clothesline pole for Spooky, there's going to be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 celebrity tomato plants. And we got one in the south side bed we stuck in this morning. Yep. We need a little more rain. Soften this ground up. Tried hammering in some of those T-posts before the rain. Nope. Sledgehammer just bounced back up nearly in my face. This ground was rock hard. Wasn't it, Spooky? You checking it out, Cleo? Well, send me an email. You the queen. If you say it's good. I know we did fine today. Yep. Papa's got his jeans all messy, don't he? It's because I get down in it. So you can see all the Kitty Krew. They're up here checking it all out. If I step back. Speedy, don't walk on the plants. She got caught out in it. She is just soaked. She was either caught in it or she's out playing in it. Not sure which. But both Spooky and Cleo are nice and dry. And I'm sure old Mr. Gray is too, wherever he is holed up at. Probably in the bunker. I did forget my shovel. Had it slung over here. And when I got in such a rush, when that storm come up, so quickly, I might add, and that's the way they'll do. Whew. Whew, I only had, like I say, seconds to throw everything in the wheelbarrow and take off a running. Because it was coming down. And I still had to run back out, close up the shop, run back in under the carport. I left out my pitchfork too. You can only get what you can get. But that's pretty much going to end our day of planting. And I mean, it ain't a lot. And there's not a whole lot to talk about. You dig a hole. And those holes there are about a little over a foot deep. And about a foot wide. Yep. I trimmed the leaves off. And I set the plants down in there. Like I say, there's probably at least a good 8 inches of tomato down below the ground. And that brings up a good point. Tomatoes will root all along their stalk. You know, you see those little fine hairs? Well, they will become roots. If you don't believe me, ask Cleo. And she's checking everything out. Ever so carefully weaving in and out of the tomatoes. So, tomorrow, first thing, we'll have to get the last tomato plant in, see if we can drive in a couple more of these T-posts. And then this will be ready for mulching. And all that'll happen to it throughout the remainder of the year is, of course, you know, tying them up. Fertilization, watering, picking, preserving, you know, regular old routine. But it was on this east end here that I decided, right here, that I'm going to leave open and think about what to put there. As I said earlier, at the start of this, I was going to put the beans right here on the north side. Well, like I say, just looking at how the sun worked on this plot, and that, I decided not to. It would shade some of the tomatoes, and that would not be a good thing. So I'm going to revisit what I'm going to put over here on what is now the east side. So that's about it, folks. Nothing life-shattering or life-changing. Just a little plant. Dig a hole. Try to put, you know, at least 3/4 of your tomato down in the hole. You know, if you got it. And you can buy it or find it and afford it. You know, throw you some of that there good potting soil or peat moss in the hole mixed with your dirt. Maybe some perlite and vermiculite too, if you're of mine too. That's all good stuff. The perlite aerates the soil, and the vermiculite helps the soil retain moisture. Oh yeah. You can hear the birds in the distance. And they're saying it's food time too. Oh. Now what we did is we just added a little bit. I'd say we were a 30-70 mixture of native soil here, which if you look at it, it's looking pretty good. Most of it's, you know, dark brown to black. Wasn't always that way. Used to be Alabama red clay. We piled a whole lot of stuff up on this here little patch of ground over the years. A lot. If you look back over my videos of how we maintain this and care for it over the growing seasons in the past, you'll know we pile a lot of leaves and grass clippings and that right on top of it. Yeah, and we let all that decompose right here in place, as we do every one of our plants. It's not magic, it's just nature. But yep, we added about 30% Pro Mix, potting mix to our native ground. Mixed it all up real good. Backfilled it into the hole along with the worms and roly-polies that were in the native soil. Gave it a drink. Oh, we were going to give it drinks of fish. No, Alaska fish fertilizer. But I came across some Miracle Grow Organics Choice fertilizer. It's a liquid. And it's an 800, 8 being N for nitrogen. And I thought, well, and I sniffed it. And I said, I think this is from fish too. Come to find out, you know what it's from? Fermented sugar beet molasses. Yeah. Let's go in the carport and I'll show it to you. Just in case you come across it. Well, come on, Spooky. Oops, we hit the cross over there on the clothesline pole. Didn't we? Not paying attention. Come on, Spooky. Yep, we'll head her on down to the carport. Which is currently in disarray. So hey, give me a break. We're working here. Working on cars, mowers, oh, gardens, house. Yeah, and this is the staging area for all things. And you can see we got a whole bunch of stuff in here. Now this, like I said, is my own compost. There's some of that there Pro Mix. This is some high yield 10-10-10 fertilizer. And, you know, we showed you everything in there. Ain't changed none except we came across this stuff. Or Miracle Grow Organic Choice Plant Food Concentrate for indoor and outdoor plants. And I figured I'd use it. And it's just 8% nitrogen. So that's what we watered them in with. And here's where we put the first celebrity, right there. Right there by the old water meter, or gas meter. Not a water meter. We'll see how she'll do right there. Still don't have any beans up. Didn't figure we would. It's only been a couple of days. Squash still looking good. Cucumbers looking good. There's our other two squash in the pot. Sweet banana and lunchbox peppers looking fine. So there you have it. That's what we did today. Or what we were doing until the rain caught us. So I'm going to call this one done. We'll just enjoy the rest of the day. Oh, I almost forgot. Can't enjoy the rest of the day. It's Fast Food Friday. No wonder all the kitties are hanging close. Right, Spooky? Well, I better get on in there and get to slicing and dicing some tenders, huh? Oh yeah, there comes Miss Cleo. Okay, y'all, let me run on in the house and get their tenders all fixed up for them. Yep. Gotta serve the kitties, even though Mr. Gray up here. Yep. He's waiting too, aren't you, old guy? So let me in. I'll get her going on. I'll be right back, y'all. Gracie, Gracie. You ready? You ready for yours? Okay, there's yours. Okay, let me get little bits. Little bit, little bit. Little bit. You want yours? You better get over here. You stood up on your hind legs like a nice little girl. Okay. Yeah, I know. You gotta kill it. Okay, that's yours. Now I gotta head on out and try to deal with the Kitty Krew. Yeah, it'll be fun, won't it? Y'all enjoy. Papa will be back in a minute, okay? Yep. Now look at you, a little bit. You're gonna steal from Gracie. You're a mess. Okay, now for the Kitty Krew. Well, this is gonna be a challenge. Mr. Gray, he's waiting. There's Cleo. There's Spooky. Where's Speedy? Speedy! You're gonna miss out. Okay. Put some in there. Put some in here. It's on your head. And there we have it. And I saved a few for Speedy. Yep. One person trying to do it with the GoPro, plate, bowls, kitties on your feet makes Fast Food Friday challenging anymore. And don't worry. Oh, we're gonna try to sit down here. And we made it. It just gets challenging. One hand on the camera, one on the chicken tenders, trying to divvy them up. Still save some in reserve for Speedy. But, you know, if she don't show up in time, or Magoo and Heathcliff, hey, don't fret. They don't go without. I just go on in, get out another chicken tenderloin, start letting that knife slice through it and dice it up for them. Then I bring it out and serve it to whoever or whomever did not make out on the first go around. Which is a task all in of itself. Because of course they all think, well, they should have more. Yeah. And I have to go, nope, you already had yours. This is for Speedy or Magoo or Heathcliff, you know. Mr. Gray, he's okay with it. Most times Spooky is. Cleo, well, you can imagine. She's Cleo. She's the queen. She can have chicken tenders whenever she wants. So she thinks. Oh my Kitty Krew. Well, there you have it. Another day is come and gone. They've had their Fast Food Friday, which was actually purchased for them yesterday while we were out and about. You know, combined trips. Yeah. And this day's done. Looks like more rain is on the horizon too. Ooh, and the humidity, well, that's at 150%. Rather stifling, it is. So we're gonna call this one done. I'm just gonna sit here and watch the Kitty Krew as they enjoy their chicken tenders. And we watch another Fast Food Friday go in the books. So wherever you may be in this big wide old world of ours, I hope you're having a wonderful day too, or it has been one. Y'all take care out there. Stay safe. And God bless you as you bless others. Goodbye for now. Guys, you're loving them, ain't you? I know. Gracie and Lilybit love them too. Yep. I have to have them special cooked for you. Yep. No garlic powder, no onion powder. Yep. Oh. But hey, they're my babies. They're worth it. Later, all.